Hello guys, hello everyone, hello to our viewers and our Facebook users. Once again, I'm back. I'm Giovanni Socorin and I'll be sharing to you this afternoon about the book of Psalms. So, we have a lot of questions, we have a lot of rumors that regardless about the book of Psalms, there are a lot of questions that who wrote the book of Psalms, where this taken from, why is it too long, not like other, and there are why is it Psalms is uh, occupied by poetry, and why they're not talking about the prophecy. So today we will answer that question, but this afternoon I'll be doing this because not because of somebody asked me a question, but I want to share the background of this book, particularly in the differentiation of books. So there are, before I think that Psalms is only one book, but amazingly Psalms is divided into 5 books. Okay, so by and by I will be sharing that to you, but I want you to learn also the introduction of Psalms. Before I will start, I would like to read a passage. It says, "Blessed is the one who does not walk in the step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but those delight is in it is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yield its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prosper." This thing, or these psalms, or this narration, this is one of my requirements, but I'm glad because I have an opportunity to do this, and I never been do this since before. So bear me if I have some mistakes. So just comment down below. Don't hesitate to comment in the comment section, so I would encourage you to comment on that. Okay, so let us start. The book of Psalms is the largest and perhaps most widely used book in the Bible. So notice that this book, we like it or not, just like at what I have mentioned a while ago, that the book of Psalms is the widest or the biggest number of words, no, verses, chapters. The book of Psalms, that is the book of Psalms, and this is most used also. Yes, in many particular celebration or any worship, kind of worship theme, that Psalms also is talking. It is the explores that full range of human experiences in the very person and a practical way. It is 150 songs run from the creation through the patriarchal and theoretic, monarchical, exilic, and post-exilic period. The tremendous breadth of subject matter in the Psalms includes diverse topics such as jubilation, war, peace, worship, judgment, messianic prophecy, praises, and lament. The Psalms were set to be accompaniment of string instrument and serve as the temple hymns. book, devotional guide for the Jewish people. So, see, notice that this book also is talking about, there are mentions, the topics of this book. Okay, particularly we have jubilation, war, peace, worship. How many? Again, jubilation, war, peace, worship, judgment, messianic, prophecy, praise, and lament. Which is, the book of Psalms is talking not only a one topic, not only about the prophecy, not only about the praise and songs, but it has 9 topics. All of these topics are mentioned. Talking about it also one of the theme of the book of Psalms. To continue, the book of Psalms was gradually collected and originally unnamed, perhaps due to the great variety of material. It came to be known as a Sefer or Tehillim, book of praises. That is the meaning of Tehillim, the book of praises, because almost every Psalms contains some note to praise to God. The Septuagint used the Greek word psalmai, as it is the title for this book, meaning poem, songs to the accompaniment of musical instrument. It also calls it the Psalterium, a collective of songs. So the reason why, in the beginning, this passage, there's no name of this, but because of the contents of the book, majority of contents of this book, Psalms, it was decided that from the Greek word, the Septuagint, the book meaning Tehillim means the book of praises. Okay, praises means about songs of course about that, and also Telomai is the title of the book, meaning Telomai word is poems, songs. So they decided that this book will be titled Psalms because majority contains songs of praises and poem. Poem, songs to the accompaniment of the musical instrument. So that's the reason why it also calls it the Psalterium. Okay, Psalterium, the collective of songs, and these words is the basis of the term Psalter. The Latin title is Viver Psalmorum, the book of Psalms, and that is the book of Psalms. And also the book of Psalms, there is 5 different books. Okay, we have first book from Psalms chapter 1 to chapter 41. So you can see praises and different books above this chapter. So this chapter also, the war of the righteous and the end of the ungodly. Okay, that is the first book. And the second book, we can find it in chapter 42 to 72. How many books? Chapters rather. For the director of music, a maskil of the sons of Korah, as the bear plants for stream of water, so many souls plants for you, my God. And the third book, from 73 only, first book, rather 73 to 89, that is the third book of Psalms. So it has divided, no, it's not a different, but the book alone of Psalms has divided into 5. So the third division from 73 to 89. That is the third book. So the Psalms of Asaph. Okay. So this is the second book is Maskil of Sons of Korah. So Maskil. Let me go back first in verse 1, chapter 1. The wicked stand in the sinners of set in company of mockers. The second book is the director of music, a Maskil of Sons of Korah. The deeper plants of streams of water, so many souls plants for you, oh my God. The third book, a Psalms of Asaph. So these are the prospective writers of this book, chapters. And the fourth book, division, Psalms 90 to 106. That is the fourth division of Psalms, a prayer of Moses to the man of God. Example to this: Lord, you have been our dwelling place through all generation. That is the sample of prayer of Moses. And lastly, last but not the least, the fifth book, Psalms 107 to 150. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. So that is the sample of this. David himself, in the book of Psalms, the Lord said to the Lord, "Sit at my right hand." So that is David's mention about. So that is the 5 books of a division of the books of David. Now let's go to who wrote the book. There are a lot of rumors and arguments and study about the book. So I would just want to share this if you have some comment, so you can just comment, and don't hesitate to comment if you have some corrections about this. Psalms, a collection of lyrics poem, is one of only 2 Old Testament of books is identified itself as a composite work containing multiple authors. Some psalms name their author in the first line or the title. Okay, mostly you can find it in the first verse in the book. For example, Moses wrote Psalms 90. David was responsible for many of them, composing 73 psalms. Asaph wrote 12, the descendant of Korah. Okay, so where can we find Asaph in the book? What book? A division. I think it's in third division. Asaph. So Asaph, Solomon who wrote 1 or 2, and Ethan and Heman and Israelites responsible for 2 other to remind the remainder of the Psalms do not contain information about their author. So we have a lot. The books was originally titled Tilhim, that's what I have mentioned. The meaning, praise of songs. So that's the reason in Hebrew, because we are taken also, we need to consider the word in Hebrew so that we can widely understand why is it it has been named by Psalms. So that's the reason why. If you have noticed, the other books is their name is taken from the person, name of the person who wrote that book, or the main character of the book. Okay, was whose prophet used by God. So the majority, but the book of Psalms has contained also different writers, not David alone, but there are numbers of suspected writers also. Where are we? Okay, where are we? Individually, Psalms are written as for a back in history of Moses' time, through the time of David, Asaph, and Solomon, to the time of the Israelites, who most likely lived after Babylonian's captivity, meaning the writing of the book of Psalms 1,000 years. Some of the Psalms attributed to David have additionally notation connecting them with documents, events in his life. For example, Psalms 59 is linked with 1 Samuel 19 verse 11, and Psalms 56 is connected with 1 Samuel 21 verse 10 to 15, and Psalms 34 is also connected with 1 Samuel 21 verse 10 to 22 and verse 2, and Psalms 50 is linked also in Samuel 22 verse 9. So we can see that there's a connection from Psalms to other books, not just the book of Psalms. The Psalms are organized into 5 books. Okay, so I have read that already a while ago, that 5 books. They were probably collected gradually as corporate worship forms developed along with the temple worship. It is likely that by the time of Ezra and the books of Psalter were organized into their final form. Each section includes with a doxology with the entire Psalter capped by Psalms 150, a grand doxology. So we have, why is it Psalms so important? Why is it Psalms is so important? Okay, I am almost done. The Psalms comprise an ancient hymns, comprised with ancient hymns of God's people. The poetry was often set to music, but not always. The Psalms express the emotion of the individual poet or poetry to God or about God. Different types of Psalms were written to communicate different feelings and thoughts regarding of psalmist's situation. Psalms of laments express the author's crying out of God in difficult circumstances. Psalms of praise, also called hymns, portray the author's offering of direct admiration to God. Thanksgiving, Psalms usually reflect the author's gratitude for a personal deliverance or provision from God. Of pilgrimage Psalms, it includes the title as songs of ancient and were used of pilgrimage going up to Jerusalem for annual festival. Other type of Psalms are referred to today as wisdom Psalms, royal Psalms, referring to the Israel king of Israel's Messiah, victory of Psalms, law Psalms, and songs of Zion. The Psalms include unique Hebrew terms. The word Selah, found 71 times, is most likely a musical notation added by worship leaders after the Israelites incorporated the Psalms into public worship. Scholars do not know the meaning of Maskil found in the 13th Psalms. Occasionally, a Psalms appeared with the instruction for the song's leader. For example, we see the instructions such as for the director of music. According to the 55 Psalms, to the tune of the lilies. Found in Psalms, to the tune of Psalms due to the morning. Psalms 22, we can see to that the tune do not destroy. This and other can refer to the melodies used with a given Psalms, or perhaps to the suggestion for liturgical use. Thank you, and thank you everyone for joining, and I hope that you will enjoy also studying, checking backgrounds of Psalms, because Psalms also can help us. This study, we could also use this to understand more the reason why we are we need to understand the book. Why is it so? Again, this study is a very, very basic, the first information, and this is not my personal study. I just also take this from other and combine it to other studies and also my ideas. So that's all. Once again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Thank you for joining us and thank you for watching.